And happy
Oh,
Friday, everybody. I just love that music, right? It just
the
sets
music
you
is
for
just,
mood.
yeah, it's great. Wow. It gets you really in
Oh,
the mood for, some fun talking, great
totally,
conversations.
totally. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Happy Friday. And today I'm here on another episode of Living in the Miracle. It's been some time. I'm here, Irina Portnova, and today I have a guest, Virginia Rasmijn. Virginia, tell a little bit about yourself and what you do in this beautiful world.
Yes. So I'm a career and, certified career and business growth coach, but I've specialized in building confidence in all types of people. Started with women, but it's expanding in different directions right now, different groups like team building as well. And also I work on talent discovery. So how to discover yourself in a way that you know your strengths and your gifts and how to monetize them as well in different fields. So if you're not happy with yourself and your job or what you're doing currently and you think like, what am I actually doing with my life? That's when you come to me and we'll sort it out together.
I love it, because
Yeah.
one of the miracles is actually the personal growth and discovery. I always look at it as the miracle because that journey of the personal growth and all those moments of the insight and enlightenment, everything considered as a miracle. Because just think about it, once we discover our purpose, once we discover our inner strengths, like you mentioned, or why are we here and our passions, right? The life completely changes the meaning.
Yes. Yeah, true. Especially when you firsthand experience it, But we're going to go into that, I think, maybe later on. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea is to bring people's mind to the point that it's not only about the problems, right? It's not waking up every morning and thinking, oh my God, I have this to-do list. I have these deadlines. I have, like other obligations. The point of life is to really see yourself as a miracle. Because just the fact that we wake up in the morning and we are breathing, it's already a miracle. Because how many people didn't wake up today, right? So just realizing it and knowing that we are the miracles ourselves and we are living in the miraculous world. And let's just, go on the adventure of the day because each day is the miniature of that miracle that we can experience. Let's just go for that adventure and let's just discover, right? Let's play that game. Let me find the miracles today, right? And miracles is not something that has to be like grand. It's just something like, enjoying your breakfast, going outside for a beautiful walk, right?
Yeah.
Talking to a friend or somebody, just show the gesture of kindness, right? Help somebody. And I feel there are so many different things that we can start noticing in our life if we really shift our focus from problems to actually all these miraculous things in the world. What do you think, Virginia?
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't say it better. And especially that point, like there's so many people that haven't woken up today, and that realization, like we are living now and exactly on a beautiful earth with so many great opportunities, so much beautiful things to experience. And I think what I see with a lot of people, they focus a lot, on what's the negative, what's going on, and they click on the news and like they see everything what's going on. And I'm saying like, no, those things are going on, but when you really look closely to your own life and not really look into outside, like, oh, what are other people doing? What what is happening in this world. Oh, this is an economic crisis, and it's all gonna go downhill, but when we focus on our own opportunities, what's here in front of us, you will see that the miracles in life, they're just more easily created, and happiness is more near than when you focus too much on the outside, what's going on. So more in internal focus. So yeah, the gratitude as well, so
yeah, so true. You know what comes for me, because if we are gonna be watching the news, and I just challenge everybody, go back to this Times magazine. If you look at the headlines of that Times magazine 10, 20 years and today, same freaking headlines. So the point is still, like the purpose of the news, just to continue shocking people, because our brain is so used to receive all that negative food. Then when we turn on and we start to watch something positive, it kind of doesn't excite us. So the point is that the politics, the economy is always going to be there, whatever it is. But we all have to consciously realize that we are having our own lives. We have our own universes inside of us. And it's all the point of perception, because we are all living in the same world. So for people who were like really freaking out during pandemic, there were a lot of people who actually rose up during pandemic and found their passion and purpose. And I was the one of them. Rather than just being dwelling on the point that I lost the job and what am I going to do with my life, I focus like, what can I do with what I have from where I am? And that's exactly the questions we have to keep asking ourselves, rather than saying, why is it happening to me? Why am I always in this situation? Because the more we are going to be dwelling on that, the more we are going to create the same type of events for ourselves. So we have to actually rise up, right? And we have to vibrate on a different level and start asking more empowering questions in order to generate the ideas. What exactly is there for me to do, right? So that's exactly how it happened for me. So the point is, everything is in our perception. If we see the world as a beautiful place, we tend to see only the good things in it. If people look at the world as a dark place, so that's exactly what they're going to bring. They're going to bring these negative people to their space. They're going to create all these circumstances that they are not prefer, right? So the point is that our brain actually does attract everything what we are thinking about. So that's also like the miraculous realization, like understanding how the world truly works and connect to your power. Like Virginia, you said that, like start looking within, not, without what's going on, because the life is going to be always running, right? And we always can find the excuses why we cannot do X, Y, and Z, right? But it's only just an excuse, because if we really want to do something in life, we can do it, and we don't have to ask the permission from anybody. All it is just like really having that desire to do something.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you said. Like, don't like asking. We feel as women, I think it's also like a women thing, that we feel we have to seek for approval, seek for permission to do certain things. And I focus a lot on building confidence. And I see that also with my clients, that and I had that too, of course, like overthinking what would others think if I do this or that, or should I ask that person first if I can, but I think that at a certain point, when you want to do something that you love and you have like this dream or vision, it's just, what do I want to really say, like, what do I want to create in my life? And if you wait for other people, it just won't come. People won't say, like, hey, here's the path, go on this. And the same with asking for a raise or promotion when you're in a job. Sometimes you don't get the credit for all the work that you do, but have you spoken about it with your supervisor or manager, or really say, like, these are my results for the last couple of months or years. This is what I've done for the company. You give yourself permission to put yourself in front and say, like, because people are not busy with you. People think, oh, what would people think if I wear this, or what would people do if I go for this type of business? But people are not thinking about you. They're thinking people are busy with their own lives. So that's why we don't have to wait for that permission. You have to give yourself the permission. That's also a form of that self-love, but it's of course it's a whole process to be at that point as well. That also doesn't always come that easy, especially when you're in that people-pleasing that what a lot of women are, mostly are as well. We always tend to give more than ask to receive.
Totally.
And if we stop that process of asking for something, then people won't know that that's your desire. So how could you open your path for a miracle to exist in your life? It's really to not ask for permission and just
go
after
after
it, just
something,
like,
right? Just go, allow yourself to be the not the opportunist, but more like the action maker, right? Exactly. So just go after something that you truly desire. And Toby, we are happy to see you with us. Thanks for your always supporting us on this beautiful path. So that's true. It's like it's a miracle to be able to step out of our comfort zone, because we all been there, right? Now we are preaching it, but before that, we also been one of these people who also were, concerned about everybody else's opinion, for, how do I look, right? What people are gonna say about me? Is it the right way for me to do, right? So now we are just here in the space that once we realize that, like Virginia, you said, everybody's busy with their lives. So stop, torturing yourself, like what others are going to think about me. Because people are, spending more time worrying about what other people are going to say about them. But other people are just, living their life. They're busy with their life. So just, focus on your life and do something great about it.
Yes. And I also think that what can be an obstacle for a lot of people, and I had that too at a certain point when I came out the burnout and recovered from very nasty depression, let's say that. I came out of it with a lot of support. I had to have professional support to get myself out of it and to heal, but then I came with a question like, what do I want right now? Okay, I healed a lot of stuff within me, and I don't know, traumas, the things I've experienced, like personality issues, that created from a young age, that I also had to get that in order. To think more in healthy ways. And healthy, I mean in a way that it's not self-sacrificing, and I mean in a self-detrimental way, because sometimes we think we want certain success and we want certain things, but it doesn't say that it fits your real desire or real needs. And sometimes you think, oh, you see what others do, I think that's the right path, that I think would fit with me. But actually, again, it's going within and finding out, what do I want and what do I want to achieve. And sometimes that looks like a big mountain to face, but it's just a step-by-step process of getting more clear of that acceptance of who am I really. So not do you think you want to be, but really accepting, like, okay, I'm this creative person, or I'm a very detailed person, or I love I don't know, technical stuff, you know. But I think I would earn more money if I go into the business side, or I don't know what side. And that's what I had as well. Like, I thought a path could make me happy monetarily.
Yeah, financially,
money wise.
Yes.
And successful, but it doesn't say that it is you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when you step into who you really are, that's when the floodgates open, just, and people are so much drawn to you, and you're coming like opportunity. So when I came into the music, that was always like, I always was a musician since I was a child. So, but I always pushed that away, you know, and think, no, I'm not good enough to do that, or I don't have the proper education, musical education, to make it further. You have to be on a great talent show, you know, all these things that you can put yourself in a box and limit, stopping you from even experiencing some kind of joy of, like, this, wow, this is just crazy that this happened to me. You stop that process, you know. Wanted to put yourself in a box and conforming to societal standards, what we learned in school, just to go for the not so conventional things. But you can create a job or a business totally matching all your personality traits and interests, and combine that. Like, look what you're doing. You're what we said, we spoke before the show, and we said we're all over the place, and it feels like that. We're all over the place because we're using all our gifts and our passion to generate an income, but also having that real true fulfillment, and also helping others to feel more fulfilled as well. You know, that's like the whole full circle going on.
I love it. And you know, the word that comes to me is aliveness. Because when you are on the path of something that you are passionate about, when you love to do, like, what a difference it makes to wake up every morning. It's not like, you know, you're not waking up with these thoughts that, again, this job, again, this boss face, you know, again, I have to drag myself, right?
Yeah.
You wake up with a completely different energy. It's like another day for me to create and to show up in this world as the person of increase and to actually add the value.
Yes, true. And it doesn't say that some days you just feel not so energized. You know, we have like our sick days, or as a woman, you know, our monthly stuff,
right?
The hormones going on. And then, I have days that I have to perform on stage, and these lights in my face, and some days I just have this migraine and it's like, oh my gosh, can it be over? But after the show, I forgot about how I felt, and so this adrenaline just feeds your body, you know, and that adrenaline just keeps you because there's all these happiness hormones, this serotonin, and going straight to your brain, you know, or making it. And that's, you know, that's what you said, the energy that you feel when you're doing something that connects really from within and who you really truly are. It gives you that drive as well to keep on drawing better things into your life.
Absolutely. It just,
then what you said, you're dreading that Monday and just, you know.
Right. Again, it all comes back to the miracles, right? It's a miracle to discover what you're all about, and it's a miracle to live the life that is true to you, not living the life that, okay, this is my degree, this is my job, and I just have to confine with that, or the relationship that drains you out, right, to stay in that. It's all about just knowing your strengths, knowing your passion, and go after something that you truly love. And I know that there are a lot of people in the audience who are going to be like, it's easier said than done. Of course, yes, but look at us. We changed our perception of the world. We decided to go after something that we truly desire. And is it a rough road? Yes. Are there, blocks to step over? Yeah, but you take them as a stepping stone, right? And you realize that by failures and setbacks, that's exactly what's giving you the feedback. It's not a no answer. It's just not this way. Let me try to take another road. Let me tweak something what I'm doing and see how it's gonna work, right? Because we are all trailblazers in this work, and like Virginia said, we are not going on the conventional path that everybody else going through. But the point is, there is always help available. Yes. We are under the mentorship. We also have the coaches, because you cannot be by yourself on this beautiful path. And the same thing for everybody who's listening. You can do it all. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take patience. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up to really live your life to the fullest and do exactly what you love and be happy in all areas of your life. All you have to do is just become curious and really start asking yourself, what am I going to do? And let me attend the workshop. Let me connect with somebody who can help me, because help is always available. Like you, Virginia, you mentioned, right? If you don't ask for that raise and if you don't have that tough conversation, you're never going to have it, right? So it's always about just, be the leader in your life. Stop being the follower. Just, take the life in your own hands and decide what you truly want to have. And just step out of your comfort zone and just go and start asking for help, because the help is always there.
Yeah, that's a great point. Help, and asking for help, or recognize it, or acknowledging that you actually need help. But help is not just because I'm weak. Like some people think like I'm weak if I ask for help, or I know it. I already know. I read so many books. I already did all these tutorials. But there's always, when you find like personal help or personal coaching, your blind spots get discovered,
Mm-hmm.
and the reflection is so valuable to get you to that next step that a course could never do, or
Totally.
maybe it can get you to a certain point, and you can create great things with just learning information, because that's how it all starts. But when you're really in the process, your limited thinking, your thoughts will be your biggest bully, and it will always try to say something in your head, and mostly it's not even your own voice. It's the voices that maybe from when you were younger, maybe one of your parents said it, or you were bullied, and you created this narrative in your head, like, well, who am I then? Look at me. Who am I to do this? So when you have a coach, that they can help you conquer that inner bully, to move you forward.
Yep. To live the life that you truly want to live. And what
Yes.
comes for me, like you mentioned, information doesn't equal transformation, because people could consume a lot of videos, a lot of books, and then sometimes I talk to people and they say, I know this, and I said, if you know this, your results would show it. It's like information does not equal transformation. For the transformation, it takes time. It takes it's a rigorous work. Like I always keep telling all my clients that the inner work is the most rigorous work, but it's the most rewarding work, because at the end of the day, who you become matters even more than what you achieved.
Yes, true, true. And I also think what you said, the transformation comes when you take action, and we were talking about that as well. um, you doing all the different podcasts, and you discover as well like what you're better in, what you're better at, and your strengths, and now you're using your strengths just to have a more energetic presence, and that will attract other miracles and other people opportunities in your
Totally.
life. And it's so cool to see that, and how that works.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
all in that, discovery mode, because, like I said, the life is the journey. So for us, it's just continuously growing, continuously evolving, continuously discovering. And yes, we had this conversation with Virginia. Said, I just compare myself a year ago when I started to do these lives. And I remember I didn't enjoy because I was the only one in that episode. And for me, it's like pulling the teeth. What am I going to talk about? Like I was always lost. And once I discovered my strengths when I have a dialogue with somebody, that's the route that I decided to go to. And the only way for me to find out, it was just like by trial and error. That's the
Yeah.
only way for us to like really grow and understand what we are all about. It's just actually getting into the action and see what works, what could work better, or what doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what, yeah, exactly, through action. But if you just stay in your head, oh, I first have to have my website perfect, or even have a website. You don't even need a website. Yeah, I spent so much money on creating a website, and I don't regret it at all, because it did help with, it's like your business card kind of thing, digitally. But focusing on these branding stuff, it's it's important, but I think more the story behind what you do is more important than and your motivation, like your intention.
Right.
It's better to have that more clear, how you want to live intentionally, how to set up your business intentionally, and I think you can get stuck in these things. I need this in place first, I need this perfectly done before I can move further, and then you don't take action and don't invite these opportunities in your life at all. So
Right.
I also had to go through that as well. Like, I but it's also fun, to do the designing
Yes.
part and stuff, and that's also a self-discovery
Mhm.
phase, that like thinking about your logo or whatever. It has a depth, like what's the message behind it, the story behind it. But it can't be a thing that has to hold us back for looking for that opportunity, the next networking, or the next reaching out to with people to work with. To think you first have to be perfect and have everything perfectly in place to yeah, to get that validation, because that will never come, because it's
Right.
never perfect.
Exactly. It's never perfect. So, Virginia,
No.
any last words for the audience in terms of, what miracles to look for?
What miracles to look for? Like the signs, if it's a miracle or not, if you're
Just
close to a
whatever
miracle.
comes to your mind.
Okay, I think what we spoke about is first giving yourself the permission to think, yes, I am worthy of experiencing great things in my life, because we can still have that narrative in our heads that we are not as good looking as that other person, or we are not that smart, as we're not that talented, So I am less worthy of doing the thing that I want to do. But telling yourself, yes, I am worthy, I am enough, that I also can have what they have, or even better, you know?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Even better.
Or it's not even comparable. Like, stop the comparing, you know? And I think that's such a brain killer, you know, and joy killer, creativity killer as well. That it can just stop you in your tracks for just having these great opportunities in your life. Just just saying to yourself, I am good enough to have what I want to have. And step by step, you take little action steps to go for it. Oh, it sounds so easy. I know. That's why people need a coach.
Yes, totally. Yeah, it's a lot about, like catching our thoughts,
Yes.
catching and putting aside something that doesn't serve us. So my thing is going to be the affirmation that I created myself and I'm using every day. I say, miracles come to me every day in every way. And this is something that I do every morning. So it sets for the day. And I'm never short of the miracles every day. So I invite everybody to try and see how it works for them. Virginia, thank you so much for your presence. It was beautiful to see you on the episode. Thanks for your knowledge. Thanks for your wisdom and for your presence. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Always welcome.
It's an honor.
And Toby, thanks so much for tuning in. We love you. Everybody have a beautiful weekend and keep discovering miracles because they're always there. Have a great day.